you know, it's been a pretty good season. I mean, that game, we gave up a few plays that we shouldn't have. So, I don't know, I guess I'd just say a renewed intensity to, you know, get lined up faster and, you know, do your job. But I think it's been pretty strong throughout the year. We had a subpar game, you know, and then of course, you know, you always stay up at night concerned about other things, you know. So it's a process. Obviously, we have to go out there and do it. You know, it's every game day is a test. You know, it's a test. Every game day is a test. So no matter what is done previously, you know, you don't get any credit for that. You got to go out there and prove yourself. And there's an edge. There's veterans. You know, I think that always gives you confidence when you have veterans. There's no panic. You know, if we give up a play or something negative happens, I mean, there's no panic. Guys know how to fix things. There's a lot of communication back and forth. You know, there's a lot of resolve to do whatever it takes to win the game. You know, no matter what happens during that game, our guys don't flinch.
Do you see that?
How hard was that for you, being a veteran coach and having to reassess the way you did that?
Yeah, it wasn't hard at all. I think if you're going to survive in this profession and grow, not just survive but grow and get better, you always have to look at yourself. You have to, you know, see things that happen on the field and go back to how did I coach that? How did I prepare for that? You have to take responsibility. So. Probably when I was younger, that was hard, you know, because you take it personally. I think now my job is to not be emotional about it. My job is to fix it. You know, that's my job. So you got to evaluate it. You can't blame the players. I think that's the biggest thing. You have to go back to how you're coaching and your process and give away all of that. But you're right. You're right. We've grown Jordan a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So we're able to do more things. So I think you're right. We're able to do more things.
And who of those guys has really come on in the last 6 games, from your opinion, Jim? Were they all three playing at a great level? I mean,
Yeah, they've been solid. They've really been solid. I mean, I can't, you know, I think they've all been great. I know you guys really watch the film and analyze it, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you have a guy like Caleb Downs, you know, a lot of times you don't want to get him removed from a position to make plays, right? Because Caleb is a guy who can track the run and play the pass. So in that kind of setup, you kind of keep him closer to the action. You know, and he's a guy that we need to make plays, and he can in the run and the pass game.
I guess what got you to the point where you sort of evolved to doing more of that this year? I don't know that we saw a whole lot of the first half of the season.
Yeah. You know, again, looking at how we can do things better. You know, I've done it in the past, you know, so just wanting to get him involved more too. You know, he's a guy, like I said, who can make a lot of plays and make a lot of things right. He can make a lot of people right. So you think about how to get him involved more, and that's one of the ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's nonstop with the communication on that part. I think we also understand that it takes everybody in this Woody to get the things that we need to get done. That's on our list of goals that we want to accomplish. But we just understand that if we just continue to do our job and just continue to just trust one another and just play as fast as we can, as hard as we can, then I think everything will just fall right in line.
You know, really looking inwards at ourselves and what do we have to change. And you know, I think what we've done so far has been pretty well, and we have to keep that going because it doesn't matter. It's really what you've done lately. So we have to do that for this next week. I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, we definitely did not play to our standard, no matter what. I mean, that's number one. But they also played a good game, and you know, we're both good teams. That's why we're in the Rose Bowl next, playing against each other. So you know, it's going to be on us to be able to execute and do our job to the best of our ability. And you know, that's what we're spending all this time practicing for. Like we're doing walkthroughs, everything, because you know we need to, when we get to that moment, we got to do it right. And it didn't get done last game. So for whatever reason, we'll get those fixed and we'll make the changes necessary and go out there and get a win.
Caleb, he makes a lot of checks. Latham makes a lot of checks. I listen to them. Whatever they need. If I need to cover somebody, I'll go cover anybody. If they need me to do run support, I'll do run support. And it's really what Caleb does, what we do, and Latham. It just goes back to Coach G's preparation and everyone's preparation to give us more flexibility. And it doesn't matter who's in those positions, and we can all play every position, whether it's covering somebody or running and tackling.
Yeah. Did you feel like that was the case before the Oregon game? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, is that
Yeah.
something that's been added? It just, y'all rely on it a little bit more? Go ahead.
Yeah, it did. After probably the Nebraska game,
Yeah.
me getting more safety reps, and we had a bye week to prepare, so I really learned the playbook a lot more. Even though I knew the playbook, I learned it a lot more, like in depth. You know, so really just after the Oregon game, it helped me a lot to go back to safety, go to nickel, and everywhere.
I think he's definitely one of the better running backs in conference as well. I mean, just how hard he runs is it's hard to bring him down at times. So I mean, as a front four, we probably stop the run. That's the first thing we're going to do as we go into the game. I mean, pass rushing is good and all, but if we can't stop the run, I mean, they're going to run the ball there and throw all the time. So all the time we have to figure out how we're going to stop them, how we're going to run the ball, and then we're going to take them down. So I mean, it's our job as a front four to go on there and stop the run. We're going to make them one-dimensional as we go out there. So I mean, as we get out there, every time, every mindset we go out there, it means we're going to get them. We're not going to allow them to get any yards, allow them to get going. We're going to stop them. We're going to make them throw the ball.